This is William H. Barnes. He fought in the Civil War and he won his Congressional Medal of Honor because he was the first to enter the enemy's works.
In honor of Black History Month, I did a project on Rupert Leon Sargent. He was a first lieutenant and he served in the Vietnam War and received the Congressional Medal of Honor for risking his life for others when ambushed by the Viet Cong.
In honor of Black History Month, I did Clifford C. Sims. He fought in Vietnam, jumped on a booby trap, and led 2 platoons to safety.
I had Riley Leroy Pitts, and he got his Congressional Medal of Honor by jumping on a grenade and taking over 5 Viet Cong bunkers in the Vietnam War.
I did Robert Blake. He served in the Civil War and he got his Congressional Medal of Honor for bravely serving his rifle position.
I did Milton Holland, and he fought in the U.S. Civil War. He was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor for leading troops at Chaffin's Charge to victory after the other white officers had died.
I got Miles James. He fought in the U.S. Civil War, and he got his Congressional Medal of Honor for leading his men into battle against the Confederates right after his arm was amputated.
I got William Brown, and he fought in the Civil War during the Battle of Mobile Bay, and he continued to fight regardless of those being wounded and killed around him.
I had Melvin Morris. He fought in the Vietnam War, and he got his Congressional Medal of Honor for leading an advance across enemy lines to retrieve a fallen comrade.
James Harris fought in the United States Civil War and was awarded his Medal of Honor for his actions during the battle at Chaffin's Farm.
I did John Warren Jr. He served in the Vietnam War, and he got his Medal of Honor for jumping on a grenade and saving countless lives.
I had Bruce Anderson, and he fought in the Civil War and received his Congressional Medal of Honor for leading an attack on a fort under heavy enemy fire, which eventually led to the capture of the fort by Union forces.
I got James Mifflin, who was part of the U.S. Navy during the Civil War. He won the Congressional Medal of Honor for staying put on the USS Brooklyn despite being left alone during heavy enemy fire.
I had Christian Fleetwood, and he fought in the U.S. Civil War and got his Congressional Medal of Honor after seizing the American flag after the color bearers were wounded in battle and rallying soldiers.
James Gardner, he served in the Civil War. He rushed in advance of his brigade and ran through a rebel officer with his bayonet.